Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. I am so excited to be here with you. This is a recorded video for my Facebook page, facebook.com/MemoryINKers, and also my YouTube channel, which is also on at MemoryINKers. If you have any questions, you can email me at MemoryINKers@gmail.com. And I'm going to be moving things, so this is my hostess code for June. T as in Tom, M as in Mary, B as in Bobby, 4, A as in Apple, 9, H as in Henry, and 4 again. I probably should have said Adam or Ann or something for the A, right? I know. Okay, so I'm going to slide these out of the way for right now. Okay, so we're going to talk paper pumpkin and paper pumpkin alternatives. I'm kind of excited about this one because honestly, I looked at this one and went, cute, not my thing. But I was so wrong. So this just came in the mail. So it is called the Pick of the Crop Paper Pumpkin. It's June of 2022. Cute cards. Those of you who get paper pumpkin already know. It comes with all of the awesome directions, including a cool ruler down the side so that you will know how to cut things should you need to, and then directions on what you need for each card and basically how you put them together. On the back, it's going to tell you everything that comes in the kit. It's going to tell you the colors that go with this kit, and they this month they are Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze, Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, Garden Green, Night of Navy, and Soft Succulent. And look, this time they're now showing you paper pumpkin alternatives on this one, which is what I'm going to do. So let's get started. So it does come with this very cute bag that they recommend stamping on. I'm going to show you what I did with it in a bit. It comes with a fun stamp set. I have a couple of the stamps out. I did pre-stamp stuff because some of it, because you guys know how to stamp. So I'm just going to put them together. So some of them I didn't put back on right, so like that looks messy. But thinking of you, love you a whole bunch. You're the sweetest. You're the pick of the crop. Hello. And then a strawberry, some blueberries, some flowers. There's probably a specific name for that flower. I don't know what it is. And then like the insides of the strawberries, I think, if you wanted to add them somewhere. So very cute stamp set. I love, this is probably my favorite, the big hello. It comes with dimensionals and dots for you to put your projects together. It comes with some of our awesome linen thread. And it comes with a Stampin' Spot. These are a 1-inch ink pad. And you can get, if you love them like I do, love them, especially for the Stamparatus, you can purchase a pack of, I think it's 8. Or you can buy blank ones and put them whatever color you want. Just get the re-inkers so you can have Stampin' Up! You can re-ink them with other companies. I don't know why you would. But I know that I'm probably the only one who is like only Stampin' Up! So anyways, you can get some blank spots for that. And then I am going to show you, I've used almost, these are the last 2 cards that I haven't used yet. And I'm actually going to use them in one of our kits. Right now our kits are on BOGO, buy one, get one half off, not the paper pumpkins, but our other kits. You can see them all on MemoryINKers.com. That's my Stampin' Up! Website. But there's a kit in there that's like a little scrapbooking kit, and I think I'm going to use these in there because I just think this would be really fun for when I like go to the farmer's market, and this one is just stinking beautiful. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but oh, love it. It is my favorite. You get a different one. I'll show you that base in a minute. You get envelopes, which are very pretty. They're all the same. They got the stripe on the inside. They got this for writing your address on the outside. So we've got that. And then you have a boatload of die cuts. Some of mine are already pre-cut. You've got some bread, some strawberries and blueberries. You've got some vellum pieces. Let me go here. Let me find a full sheet so you guys can see a full sheet. You get 3, I think, of those, maybe 4. You get a couple of these. How cute is this thing? So freaking cute. Anyway, so you get a whole bunch in your kit. So if you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, I would love to have you subscribe with me. You can do that on my website at MemoryINKers.com. I also know that some of you like to subscribe during celebration, which is next month, and then you buy it like 6 months at a time. Totally get that. So anyway, still, you can do that at MemoryINKers.com. All right, so here are the cards that Stampin' Up! Suggests for this. I always like to show those first. Very cute ideas, right? Just adorable. Look at that, in a bag, little baguette and some flowers. And then this one, I like how the holes pop out for the wheels on that. And then that, I don't know why I have that there. I'm probably going to need it in a minute. So, let's have some fun with some alternatives. First, I am going to, I think I'm doing that one last. I put these all together, so let's see if I remember what I'm doing with them. You know how that goes, right? Tell me you do, because yikes. All right. Did I have the vellum piece for this one? I thought I did. Guess not. All right, so for this one, I actually wrote on the back of stuff so I would know what I was going to do. I am going to use Thinking of You on this one. So I'm going to take out the Thinking of You and put it on one of my blocks, and I'm not going to open my spot because I have a bunch of them. I am going to go ahead and use my regular ink pad. That is the old style. We do have the new style now, but it still works, so why replace it? And I'm just going to stamp that in the center like so. Close this before I make a mess. And then I am going to use my snips, my paper snips, and I am going to trim off. This is supposed to be, if you guys can see it, it's supposed to be like a garden pick or a sign. But for this one, I am going to cut that off. You can see it right here, see, and they put the little vellum piece behind it, and it's supposed to look like the little like price thing in there. So I just cut that off, and I'm just not going to use it. And then I am going to, I love this card so much that I really did not want to cover it up. So I am going to fold it and use my bone folder. I love how it's a beautiful pink on the outside, and then you don't have to add anything on the inside because it's all white. So that is very cool. This one is going to be super duper simple. I am just going to take my Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to grab some of mine rather than the kit, and I'm just going to put some dimensionals on these pieces here. Sometimes, you know, simple is good for us who are busy. And I'm going to do the same with this one. Just need a couple. Don't have to get excited. And I'm going to slide that one right there so it's slightly behind. I didn't center that very well. And then I am going to grab this ribbon. Actually coordinates. It is the Soft Succulent In Color ribbon that it's been available since last year. So I am going to take that, and then I am going to take some, if I can find it, some tear and tape. So this is not in your kit. You could use glue dots if you wanted to, but I'm going to take a little bit of tear and tape, and I am going to set it right under here. I should have maybe done this first, but I always do everything backwards, and you know, to know me is to love me, right? So I'm just doing that so that this piece will stay in place when I put down the ribbon, and it pretty much disappears, and so it won't be seen. Plus it's going to be covered up by the sentiment that I stamped. Okay, so I am going to take this and I am going to put the ribbon behind the flowers a little bit, and I'm going to stick it up there. I'll trim it off in a minute. Then I'm going to take another piece, a smaller piece this time, and I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to fold this back on itself, like so. And then I can still feel I still have some of the sticky, so I'm just going to do this one kind of like that, kind of make them even to the edges of the card base, basically. There we go. So now I have that zigzag, and I can take and I can trim these off with a pretty, I like to have the end kind of at an angle. Sometimes it looks good to have it straight, but I'm going to do this one on an angle. So now I've got that. Now I'm going to take my dimensionals, and sometimes it doesn't want to stick well to ribbon, but since I know this ribbon is stuck down really good there, I'm going to just go ahead and put that dimensional right there. And then I'm just going to take some half dimensionals. I'm assuming you guys do this too. Why waste? I remember when I was first crafting, and they sold little circle dots, and like there was a big space in the middle, like big space in the middle, and this lady like threw out all of them after she pulled out the circles, and it was like half left. If you just would have to cut them up. So I asked her if I could have them, and she said yes, and so I took them because why waste that? So look, super simple, right? And it's just a fun little alternative. You could add some bling on that. So there's alternative number one. And of course, it's going to look good in this envelope because it's going to match perfectly with the ribbon. And this is so pretty. It's going to match too. So there's that one. We put this away. And then we're going to go on to this one. This is probably one of the most popular things to do with paper pumpkins. So I am going to show you. I don't want you to see everything that I'm doing, so I'm moving some stuff to the side. So what I've done is I've taken that beautiful envelope and I have cut it down. What I did was I trimmed off the edges, and then I could open it up. And this was green, so I knew I needed to cut that off. Let me make sure I'm in camera. Yep, I am. Okay, cool. And then I just cut it off here. And I'm going to save this piece because I'm going to show you something fun with that. And then I've already cut a circle out of that right there. And I used my Stylish Stitch, I think they're called. These are newer Stylish Shapes dies. I used the big one and I used the smaller one to pre-stamp Hello Sweetest. Now that Sweetest is in the stamp set. It is just under, oh, let me move this so I don't lose it. It is You're the Sweetest, and all I did was I used tape to block it off. You can use a marker if you prefer to just get the sweetest. So now it's Hello Sweetest. So I didn't waste any of this. I've got that. I have this cut out of basic white. I'm going to save this because I'm sure I will find a use for it. And I'm going to do something with that. So I'm going to put this aside for now. And I was going to put this card onto a piece of soft succulent cardstock, and then I thought, well, what am I going to do with this? So I was thinking, and I thought, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to put it on here, and I'm just going to put a piece of soft succulent on here. So, but first I want to show you the inside. How do we write on that? Well, when I first cut this out, I used those stylish shapes, and I thought that looked good. And then I was cleaning off my desk, and I remembered I have the new deckled rectangles. Is that these? Yes. They're so new, I haven't even priced them out yet. And I didn't think I needed these. I'm like, whatever. They are so freaking cool. So I had to have them, because look at the difference. That's nice. That looks good, so that'll work. But look at this one. It looks like torn paper. So now I can glue that inside, and I have a place to write. And you still get the cutest little fruits and things with the you're the sweetest, right? So let me put that down here and put that right into the center. And then I believe those I saved. Okay. So you could stamp a little strawberry on here, because there is strawberries if you wanted to, or put one of those other die cuts on here, which would be cute. But I'm not going to do that this time. It's always a good idea. All right, so now I have the front of my card. So I am going to take this. I'm looking at my little notes for what I did. I'm going to take this awesome stripe, and I am going to see it's from the envelope. And I am just going to put some adhesive on the back of that. I love our adhesives, but I really have gotten into using the liquid glue, our green glue, a lot of people call it, because it gives me a minute, and it still sticks really good, but it gives me a minute to sort of shift it around, because if you watch me, you know that I often say perfection is overrated. Well, I say that because I'm not good at being perfect. So, hey, you know. Okay, so now I am going to put this on the front of the card, and it's just I'll move that so you can see, it's just a smidgen smaller. So you're going to get just an edge of white around the outside. Now, I thought about doing some ribbon on this too, but I changed my mind. So I am just going to, because I knew I was using that pretty ribbon somewhere else. You could also use the twine that comes with the kit if you wanted to do that. And then I'm going to line this up and center it, basically center it. Nobody get excited if it doesn't go centered, because that can happen. All right, so now here is where, trying to remember what I'm doing with that one. I don't think I'm using that one in here yet. So let me set that aside. And then I've got my, what did I do with my circle that I did? There it is. I've got my Hello Sweetest. So I am going to adhere that to the soft succulent that I cut out of the envelope also. This white piece is just from our regular basic white cardstock. And then I am going to adhere the strawberry right there. But I just want to get some adhesive on this part, because I'm going to put it up with dimensionals. So I am just setting that, let me move that. I am just setting that right there. And then I want this one to be on there also. So it can be just kind of, you know, a little extra doodad. So this one, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to, just to give it some different dimension, I'm going to just glue this one down right like that. And then this piece is going to go on with dimensionals. I'd like to put a piece that crosses over onto the one I glued to it so that it definitely stays. You don't have to get this excited with glue dots, but sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Depends on my mood, honestly. Don't forget, I've got something to do with this too, so don't forget that. And wait till you see what I did with the bag. Oh, I wasn't sure it was going to work, because I was like, oh, am I going to ruin my bag? But it didn't. It worked. I was pretty happy about it. So there you go. Hello, sweetest. And then when they open it up, you've got all those other little fruits and stuff in there. So you actually could, I think I knew what I was going to do with this. I think I was planning to trim this out. I'd forgotten. So I'm going to trim out these berries from the little blueberries. So I'm going to trim the berries from the berries. And I'm going to use those blueberries in something else. So I don't want to lose those. That doesn't mean I won't lose them in the process of making this, finishing up this video, but I'm going to try not to. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then I'm just going to pretty it up just a little bit. And then I am just going to adhere this right down here. As I'm going to try and line it up with the edge of the bottom of the card. And then there you go. Now it looks like some of the strawberries in there are on there too. So cute, right? All right, so what am I doing with this? Well, I like to decorate my envelopes, and this is a plain white envelope. Here it is, a plain white envelope. So I'm going to take this. It already has adhesive on it. I'm going to lick this because I want it to be stuck. And then I'm going to put some adhesive on here, like so. I am going to slide this inside. I think I need to trim it just a tad here. Just a little bit. Now when I put it in, I don't want to go all the way down. I want to just get it ready, and then I am going to keep some of the flap. I'm going to try and center it. It didn't center very well, but I'm going to try to get it centered on there. And then it doesn't go all the way down. It doesn't. But I'm okay with that. And I just thought that would be kind of fun. And then you're going to have to retrain the fold because they both fold in different places. But then see, now you've got a fun background on your envelope. And of course you could stamp that too if you wanted to. But now it matches the card. So I don't throw anything away. I am like a crazy hoarder woman when it comes to stuff. So there's that idea. All right, where are we on to next? All right, let's do this one. Well, first I'm going to show you real quick. Nope. We'll do this little 3x3 card. I will be honest with you that the card that has this little thing in the center of it, I just was like, I don't know what I'm doing with that. So this is what I'm doing with it. This is a 3x6 piece of cardstock. It is cut from our 12x12 cardstock that you could use like for scrapbooking. I like to use it when I am cutting down for 3-inch cards because you can get the envelopes. Somewhere I have a note with pricing. So the little envelopes, you get 40 of them for $10. Number 159233. The black and white 12x12 cardstock, you get 12 of them for $8 1/4. 159231. Okay. And that open weave ribbon that we used in Soft Succulent, that's $7 for 10 yards, number 155780. Okay, so now I'm also going to use Go To Greetings. This is fairly new in the annual catalog. It is, I forgot to look up the amount. I can tell you the number is 158763. I think it's really fun. It's a repeated sentiment, so definitely fun. Okay, so I am going to grab my foam sheet. So I am grabbing the thank you from in here. Okay, and I kind of tried to grab them from, I left them out so I would know where I'm using them. And I am going to stamp this in Calypso Coral. It's just a little thank you. And then on the inside from this stamp set, I am going to put You're the Sweetest. So let me grab that and another block. Yes, I have a million blocks. That's from when I used to do at-home parties all the time. So I have a lot. So I'm going to stamp that You're the Sweetest. So this stamp set is a must-have in my opinion. It's pretty awesome. Happy birthday, thinking of you, just a note, thank you. And then there's a little tiny hello. But these 4 sentiments are repeated 2 more times in 2 different sizes. So love it. Love it. You never run out of the wrong size of what you're needing. Okay, so this I did cut with those with these dies, and I used the bigger one to cut it out. So if you can't see it, there is a stitching line on here. So again, I'm going to keep it simple because this might be something I think I would, if I'm giving a thank you note to a friend, I'm taking it as a gift. I would maybe get her like one of those, you know, those like bouquets that are made out of fruits. Be so perfect, right? Okay. So now this time I am going to adhere this to the adhesive, and you can use your glue dots that come in the kit. I have a bunch of them, so I'm going to just stick it down. Maybe it'll let me, maybe it won't. Okay, and then you get these in the kit, these little vellum picks, I guess you will call them. I'm not really sure. Okay, and then I'm going to put this on there, so I kind of want to see where it's going. All right, so I'm going to put that up with dimensionals again. I just dropped my glue dots, but that's okay. So I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals on there. I think when you put the dimensionals with the vellum, it makes the vellum pop a little bit, because it kind of like disappears when it's flat, but when it's popped up like this, you can kind of see it. And then of course I'm going to pop up my strawberry and blueberry combination, because why wouldn't I? How cute, right? How cute. And of course, you know, again, you could decorate your envelope, but then on the inside you've got that You're the Sweetest. So fun. So there's that card. So what did I do then with those pieces? Well, this is where I cut out that square. Okay, so I'm like, well, what am I going to do with that? And this is the rest of the card. What am I going to do with it? So I have a couple of things I'm going to show you. So here's my card base. It's, again, thick basic white. So we're going to go ahead and use that. Grab my bone folder here. Okay. This is going to go on here, but before I put it on, I am going to do something with this. I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not. I could, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is grab my trimmer. Hold on just a minute. Every time I think I've got myself together for a video, I find out how wrong I am. All right. So I'm not measuring. I'm just looking at where the cutting line is. And I want to cut this so that I miss that little loop-de-doo here on both sides. Okay, so now I have these two pieces. I can probably come up with something with that. I did not yet, but I'm not, you know me, I'm not throwing it away because anything could happen, right? So I'm going to put this away. And then I am going to adhere these onto this front part of the card. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one because it has more of the light showing. So I'm going to start with that one because that's the one I think I'm going to want to cover some of that up. And I'm just, again, using our green glue because it's going to give me some leeway in sliding it around. I'm going to leave a little bit of an edge at the bottom of that. And I can see I'm probably going to need to trim it, and that's okay. But see, now I can take this one and kind of overlap it a little bit, or I think I'll do it this way, so that it's a little less noticeable that it's two pieces. A little bit, not a lot of bit, just a little bit, like so. Set that on there and just hold it for a second. It becomes permanent. Take my snips, flip it over, trim off this excess. Okay, and then I am going to take the what I put away. I need that. I forget for which card, but I know I need it. Pardon me while I block the light while I'm looking for what I need. Where did I put it? Well, hang on. I put away the, there it is. It's always right in front of me when I'm looking for something, right? So I want to hide that, that gap a little bit. So I'm just going to take some of the baker's twine, linen thread, I'm not sure, I don't know. And I'm just going to take it and I am going to tie right here. I'm going to tie on camera. Let's all say happy thoughts, think happy things for me. Even though this isn't live, it's important that I try to pretend that I can do this. And I'm going to make sure it's off to the side, but I'm going to go ahead and put it like right over that line to help it be just a tad less noticeable. Oh, I can already see that's going to spin. So there we go. I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times when I'm tying with something like a twine like this, it does not want to do happy things for me. It just wants to twist and turn and not be pretty. And I've heard all of the tips, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. So there is my bow. I'm just going to leave long tails for now. And then I am going to put on this fun cart. Oh, first I'm going to put it on the card front. Let's do that first. Come on, I'm running out. Time to place an order. So I believe this video will be on Thursday. That's when I'm planning to set it on my systems. So I hope that you guys took advantage of free shipping on Tuesday, because free shipping is awesome. I know I'm planning to, it's not Tuesday yet while I'm filming this, but I'm definitely planning. Now see, I have this scooted a little bit so that the white edge is on both sides and it looks like an on purpose and not a boo-boo. There we go. Some more dimensionals. See, I make myself notes when I'm making my videos, because I knew I was using too many of these. Oh, I forgot to poke these out. I want to poke out these little wheel holes. So take your pick tool, or your snips. I always forget. I bought an extra take your pick tool, and I put it somewhere where I wouldn't lose it, because I wanted to have one over here, because I'm always forgetting to grab it off of my personal craft table. And of course now I can't find it. But it's here, and it's on my list of to-dos. Find that second take your pick tool and leave it by my craft table, because I love it. I love my take your pick tool, and I don't show it because it's on my other table, which I'm sure you guys probably get. You know, you go off to a crop or something and you always forget one of your favorite things, right? So I should have picked these out before the video. Sorry, guys. And I'm tearing them a little bit, so I'm not happy about that. Getting some white fuzzies because I'm trying to hurry. Okay, let's see. Like right there. I'm gonna snip that away, and that one too, so that they don't poke through. Okay. Now I can put some dimensionals on. I'm going to use my mini dimensionals, I think, on here. I just think that this little thingy is so cute. Now I've saved some because I'm going to be, remember I told you I was going to be adding some things into that cute little scrapbook kit. I definitely am. Now I practiced this and it did not stamp well, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp that for you with the extra pieces that I have in this kit. So that's from right here. It's very cute. And I thought about making it smaller, but then I decided I wanted to use this little blueberry, because blueberries are so good for you, right? They really are. So now out of the same kit, I am grabbing the smaller happy, just a note. It's actually, why do I have just a note? It should be happy birthday. Oh, maybe I'm using this happy birthday. No, there isn't one there. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Where did I get it from? I pulled it out. That says thank you. All right, let me put this on hold for just a minute while I find that stamp. Okay, so sorry about that. I'm going to have to piece this together now because I hit the wrong button. I found it, and I am going to stamp this with Night of Navy because that's one of the colors that are in there. So let's see if I can get this one a little bit straighter. So you're probably going to see my head in the video. No, I'm telling you, it's so bad. I'm just going to use this one. But let me show you what I did here real quick with this piece. This is why my Stamparatus is my favorite tool. But I didn't pull it out because I knew that I was going to, this video was going to take a long time. So, okay, so I stamped this on here. And then I grabbed my blending brush while the ink was still wet. And I just, because I didn't want it to be solid, I just wanted to color these in. And I did not make them perfect. I left some white in there. So we're going to use that one that I already did, and we'll toss that one aside. And again, with some dimensionals, I am going to pop this on. I think I want 3 because this is pretty long. Okay. And I can set that right there. I'm going to let the bow go over the top. And there you go. And then I can trim these a little bit. And there you go. There's another alternative for you, and you don't waste those pieces that I cut out from this, where I cut out this. So that's how I did that. All right, now, and then the envelope to go with it. Now here is a fun card. It's pretty simple, actually. And I'm going to be using this one, the one that I said I'm not crazy about, right? Because I'm not sure I quite get the giant baguettes and cheese, but hey, I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to do the baguettes and the cheese. I'm going to do the baguettes going like that and the cheese right there. I think that's what I'm going to do. See, to me, these are just really big. They're really big. Be great in a recipe scrapbook page, though, honestly. They'd be very cool. But otherwise, I was like, I don't know what to do with them. They're big. Big. So I'm going to set them like that onto that little, that just reminds me of like a little picnic basket or a, you know, or a blanket, a picnic blanket. But then if this is a blanket, then those are ridiculously huge. So maybe not a picnic blanket. And then I am going to use this piece right here. This one actually comes with a little hole poked out of it. But I don't want the hole poked out, so I'm being careful. And then I'm going to take a sticky note or a piece of Scotch tape, whatever you want, and I am going to hold it in place like that so it doesn't go anywhere. And then grab my foam and then grab my Just a Note. I knew I had Just a Note for a reason somewhere. And I'm going to stick the Just a Note on there. Also with dimensionals. I have adhesive all over my fingers. All right, so you could also have just put a dimensional over that hole instead of the oh, look, I smeared it. That's all right. You know what happens when you do that? You go like this, and it looks like an on purpose. Believe me, if you make enough mistakes like me, you learn. So I have these extra blueberries left, right? And they kind of go. So I am just going to try to trim them out a little bit better so that they look right. And you don't go, oh, it's missing the strawberries. We don't want that. And I'm actually going to try and cut away some of this white all the way around. I won't get it all, and I certainly won't get it perfectly. If you know me, you know that that is a fact. But when you are doing this, it's a good tip, if you don't already know this one, to move your paper instead of your scissors. And then you get a smoother cut. I often remember as often as I forget to do that. Just so you guys know. Perfection is overrated. So now I have some blueberries, which I am then going to just set right there. Okay? And I don't know why I'm doing them. I don't know. I just thought they would be, and I didn't want to waste them. So I had to put them somewhere, right? You can't get rid of stuff. Well, maybe you can. I can't. And I have something I want to show you because I didn't feel like the envelope to this one matched very well. I just thought, no, it doesn't match right. So I am going to, you know what, I am going to grab some from in my kit. Hold on, because I don't like the way that's finished. Oh, well, I don't know what I did with it. I was going to grab a strawberry that I pulled out of my kit, and it's probably one of the things that fell on the floor, but oh well. I was going to put a strawberry there, so I will add that, this little strawberry and blueberry. That's going to really bug me. Hang on. I'm going to pause you and I'm going to find it. Okay, I hit the right button this time, so that's good. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to add that on there too, because I think it'll help it to look a little bit more fun. But I don't want to hide the just a note, so I'm going to move this, because otherwise it'll be on top of that. And we don't want that, right? So I'm going to put one right there. There we go. Now I have that, and it says just a note, and it's very cute. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't think that the envelope matched. I don't think, I mean, it kind of does, but there's really no soft succulent in there. So here's what I'm going to do. Are you ready? I am going to take, got to grab everything and get it together, right? I'm going to take a scrap of paper and another piece, and I'm going to flip over, and I'm lining this up. You can use some temporary adhesive or something to keep that in place. And then I am using one of our awesome blending brushes. If you have not seen these, they are in our catalog. You get a pack of 3. You can wash them, but I have several now, and I've just put notes on them, and I use this for all my blues. And I'm going to start off the page, or off the envelope, I should say. And I'm just putting a hint. I don't want it to be too dark. I'm putting a little hint of Night of Navy in there, but not so much that it's filled it, okay? So now I am going to take my Night of Navy marker. Here it is. Okay? And I'm going to use the brush end. And I am going to mimic this by just, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. And then move that up. There we go. Hopefully that didn't blur out. It doesn't when I do lives, but I don't record very often. I almost always do lives. So I'm just, you don't want to be straight because these aren't, right? And you want some of them to be thinner. The only thing you want to make sure you do is that you start off at above where my paper is, and you come all the way off of the envelope backing. And you kind of want them to be fairly random. So, you know, leave some space. And sometimes you're going to be bumpy, and sometimes you're going to be very thin, but you're just going to now, does it match perfectly? No, of course not. But perfection is overrated. So if you're really a perfectionist, my best advice to you is to get over it. Is that harsh? Am I being too harsh? I don't know. So then, voila, I now have a matching envelope to this card. Fun, right? And I have more of these cards now that I can cut apart. So that is that card. Now, my last thing I want to show you is it comes with this really cute bag that the directions tell you to stamp the hello on it and some other things, but I grabbed my blends and I grabbed them in the colors Calypso Coral, Soft Succulent, and this one is actually So Saffron, I believe. Daffodil Delight. It's Daffodil Delight. And I just decided I wanted to match this background. Okay? Did I do it perfectly? No, but I like it. What do you think? So that's what I did with this. And then this is stamped in Soft Succulent ink with the stamps from the stamp set, and then I tied a evening evergreen bow right there. So, oh, let me zoom back down a little bit. So there you go. I hope you guys like it. So let me show you everything again. So again, I am Carrie Beglow, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. And I'm going to clear stuff away so then I can show you everything. Again, I put up my hostess code so you guys can see it. There you go. Okay, so you saw the bag and then this card. I'd love to know what one you guys liked best. What was your favorite? Here's my little thank you note. Thinking of you, that was an alternative. This is another alternative. And then these, I believe, oh no, here's another alternative where I made the card and I used the envelope to stuff the envelope. And then the regular cards from the kit are right there in the regular envelope. So those are all of the cards that my alternatives are. I will post individual pictures of them for you on excuse me, my Facebook page, facebook.com/MemoryINKers. But I hope that you liked all of my alternative cards. So have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.